Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Betsy and this is my obsession. All things of makeup, beauty, skincare. Today is the last day of my week of BH Cosmetics. My week of BH. Pretty much I've been using like their face products and everything that I have from them. Did you guess on Thursday? Did you guess yesterday which palette I was going to use for my last day of BH? If you guessed the Blueberry Muffin palette, then you would have guessed right. The color story, it is a cool tone dream. You guys, I'm in love with this one too when I look at it. I'm going to do a gray, blue, I don't know, a gray blue look today, I think, because I see that Treat shade and Cheat Day, which is like a Perry shade. So good. Looks like a deep blue for the outer corner. It's going to be a gray blue look today. The only thing I'm disappointed about on these palettes is that they didn't make them smell like what they're supposed to be. Like a blueberry muffin, avocado toast, like toast maybe. I don't know. I wish they would have added scent to this because I'm just such a scent person. I love things that smell good. Even my makeup. I know they don't do it because there's a lot of people who are sensitive to scents on their face, but I'm not one of them. I'm somebody who loves a scent on my face. So let's just dive in because I'm so excited to slap all of this on my eyeballs today. It's going to be so good. First, I'm going to go into my Refer number 16. It's just a big fluffy brush. I like using it for when I'm doing my transition shade. And I'm going to go into that shade Treat, which is the gray. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope it turns out as good as yesterday's look. Because y'all know that green look was just... it was everything. I love the way my green look turned out yesterday from the avocado toast palette. This is blending out pretty good for a gray. I have a feeling this is going to be like a cool tone dream. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit smaller brush though, because this one seems to be a little bit giant for what I want to do with this shade. So I'm going to go into my Refer number 15, which is a little bit smaller. Oh, that's better. That one just seemed to be a little, that one brush just seemed to be a little bit too big for this type of transition shade. I like to use that other one for when it's a little bit lighter of a transition shade. This one is a little bit deeper, so you have to let me know how many of y'all have this eyeshadow palette. I think my husband's really gonna like this look because he always tells me he likes it when I do blues on my eyes, that it brings out my blue eyes. I always thought the opposite. I always thought that you were supposed to use a different color to bring out blue eyes, brown or something like that. Going into my Refer number 14 now, and we're gonna go into that shade Cheat Day, which just looks like a Perry shade. Periwinkle, you know the everything's falling over. You know the shade of the year, Perry. It looks just like that shade. I know a lot of people were doing looks based on the shade of the year. So it looks like a beautiful periwinkle shade. I'm just taking that in my crease. This shade is so stunning. I really like this shade. Now I'm taking my Refer number 13, which is my smallest blending brush. And I think I'm going to go into the shade, this shade So Good and put it on my outer corner. Hopefully that's deep enough. If not, I'll add a little bit of this shade Decadent to it. Just like a touch of it to make it deeper. Okay, I'm going to take a shader brush, We're gonna do the lower lash line now, and then we'll do the lid. So I'm gonna go into the deepest shade I use is So Good and do like one tiny tap of that shade Decadent. I'm gonna go back into my Sigma Cinderella eye shading brush, the E55, and I'm just gonna blend it out with the previous shades I used. I'm gonna go first with the Perry shade, and then I'll go from there to the gray shade. I loved it so much how I did yesterday's look that I'm just doing the same thing today, but with blue. So I hope y'all don't mind that. I have to say, I'm not exactly loving this look as much as I loved yesterday's look, but it does look gorgeous. I think I'm just like a bigger fan of greens than blues. Getting my glitter glue. Now it's time to do this, the metallic. There's so many good ones in here. I don't know how I'm gonna choose which one to put on my lid. I think I'm gonna go into this shade Tempting, which is that shade right there. It's blue. It just looks super sparkly and kind of like a duochrome. Okay, gonna flip my brush to the other side, and I'm gonna do a little bit of this shade Stub Muffin just on the outer portion of my lid. That looks really pretty. I like the way that turned out. I'm gonna do my other eye, and then we'll come back and we'll do the inner corner. Okay. I'm gonna go with my pencil brush from Sigma, the E30 brush. And I think I'm just gonna go in my inner corner with Sugared. It's just the white. I was looking to see if they had like a blue one, but they do not. So we're gonna use Sugared in our inner corner today. It's just a white shade, I think. But it's gonna make for an extremely bright inner corner, which I love. Gorgeous. I'm gonna add it to my brow bone. It looks so good. Okay. I'm gonna do like yesterday. I'm gonna go off camera, do my mascara, and then I'll be back to show you my completed look. Okay, I'm back with my completed look. I put on my mascara. I put a highlighter in my waterline. I'm gonna give you a little close-up of my look. I'm loving how it turned out in the end. I think it looks really pretty. And it does kind of complement my eye color a little bit. So I had so much fun this week playing with all my BH Cosmetics palettes, just rediscovering them, rediscovering how good the formula is, and especially how they stand the test of time, especially with the that Zodiac Love Signs palette. Still amazing quality, and I've had it for years. So they've been having major sales on their sites. So if you haven't picked up anything from BH, if you want it, but now is the time to get it, because who knows what's going on with them. I don't know what's going on with them. I hope they don't close, because they do have some of my favorite drugstore eyeshadow formula. Just freaking good. These Weekend Vibes palettes are good. The ice cream palettes, you remember those? Those are so good. And their travel series, so freaking good. The Paris, and the Los Angeles one. It's been really good series. But yeah, even the palettes, the Belgian Waffle, it makes a really great bronzer. The Peach Bellini palette with the peachy blushes, gorgeous blushes. They just blend out seamlessly and they're so pigmented. The highlighters is so good. If you like a blinding highlight, they're really good. But you can go light-handed and just do a subtle highlight if you're not into blinding highlights anymore. I know the blinding highlights are out the door and like more subtle highlights are back in style now. But let me go ahead and give you the rundown of what's on my face. It's pretty much the same as yesterday. My Juno Co Miracle the Moonshine Cream, the topped off of the Glossier Future Dew for my primer, and I used my e.l.f. Holy Hydration Eye Cream under my eyes to moisturize. Same foundation, my e.l.f. Cosmetics Camo CC Cream. I just love this. Mine's in the shade Fair 150C. Same thing on my face. I just went into my Belgian Waffle palette from BH and used a mixture of all the bronzers on my face. I just mix them all together and put them on my face. I have the powdered sugar highlight on just because they do. I forgot I had that black lip palette. They have a black light palette which has like blue highlight in it. I could have used, but I forgot about it. My blush today is from the Peach Bellini palette. I used a mix of this one here, which is Peach of Cake, and I mixed it with this one in the middle up top, just peachy, and that's the blush I have on my face today. My lips today are my ColourPop Luxe Velvet lipstick and Fatale. I don't even think they have this formula anymore, but it's just a really pretty mauve shade. I did top it off with my Lime Crime Wet Cherry Gloss. This is in the shade Fairy Cherry, which if you look at it, and it's just a beautiful blue purpley gloss. So I was trying to get some of that reflect there, but I guess in some light you can see it not as effective as I thought it would be. And in my waterline, I went in with my ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liner. This is in the shade Crystal Crush. I don't remember what collection this came with, but it turned out to be a pretty bright waterline eyeliner for me. So that's everything that I used today on my face. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this week I did of BH Cosmetics. I had a lot of fun just rediscovering everything and playing with everything again, remembering how good their shadows are, even some of their face products. Like I was saying yesterday, I just think where they went wrong is they didn't focus enough on maybe having single bronzers, single blushes, single highlights, more foundation. I know they had a foundation, but nobody ever talked about it, so I don't know if it was that good. Just like I know they had concealer, but nobody ever talked about it, so I don't know. I think that they just focused on eyeshadow palettes because that's what most people talked about from them. But I feel like if they would have focused more on their base products, come up with a really good setting powder, really good foundation, concealer, maybe they wouldn't have filed for bankruptcy. Maybe that would have helped them. But you know, who knows? I think just the pandemic was just the panini was just too much for a lot of businesses like Becca, and that's the reason why I know a lot of makeup companies lost a lot of money that year. But yeah, anyways, I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up down below, and if you're not yet subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it if you consider subscribing to my channel. And next to the subscribe button is the bell. You can ring that to be notified of all my future uploads. I hope you guys are having a great day, night, weekend, whenever it is you're watching this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.